in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. To me, young people come first. They have the courage where we fail. And if I can but shed some light as they carry us through the gale, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
The fifth station, weeping women. You'll notice in the back of our station that there are signboards being held up. Those signboards represent art that's written on the wall in Israel, that's been written by street artists, graffiti artists. It's a way of protest, it's a way of resistance and coming together. And so you'll see that we've recreated some of that artwork here.
A reading from Luke. A great number of people followed him, and among them there were women who were beating their breasts and wailing for him. But Jesus turned to them and said, "Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me, but weep for yourself and for your children."
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. These words were first spoken by civil rights activist Ella Baker in 1964, urging the movement to preserve until the killing of black men, black mother sons, is as important as the killing of white mother sons. Today, we are as challenged to remember that the killing and unjust treatment of Palestinian men and boys is as important as the killing of Israelis' mother sons too. Today, we weep with the women.
Dislocation of Palestinian families due to Israeli settlements and ongoing demolition of family homes, children's toys crushed in the rubble, farmers cut off from their crops, people forced off land that has been in their families for generations, refugee camps. For these displaced Palestinian families, we weep with the women. Inhumane treatment of young men and boys, arrests under cover of night, unjust torture while in police custody, missing husbands and brothers and sons, children stripped of internationally agreed upon human rights. For these Palestinian boys and men, we weep with the women.
Checkpoints, required identification, restriction of free movement within the country, entrance permits required for even the shortest trip, even Palestinian American citizens targeted for extra documents. For Palestinians who are forced to prove their identity, even to cross the street, we weep with the women.
A separation barrier. In reality, a wall that cuts families from each other, keeping grandparent from grandchild, keeping extended families scattered though they are barely a mile apart, keeping men from their families in order to hold a job. For families broken apart by the separation barrier, we weep with the women.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest.
Unnamed Palestinian men and boys killed without due process. Rachel Corrie killed by an Israeli bulldozer as she tried to block the demolition of a Palestinian family's home. Falsely accused Palestinians labeled as terrorists for questioning the Israeli authority. For these lives lost due to tragedy related to the Israeli occupation, we weep with the women.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest.
Ongoing violence in Gaza, miles of liturgical nation march over the holy city of Jerusalem. Israeli military muscle pledged to keep people in their place. Palestinian children threatened on the way to school. Religious and ethnic discrimination against Palestinians, both Christian and Muslim. For violent demonstrations of power and control against Palestinians, we weep with the women.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest.
Open us, God, so that we may feel the breath of your Spirit. Open us, God, so we may feel the power of your majesty. Open us, God, so that together we may be strengthened to bring about human liberation and the wholeness for our children while we weep with the women. We pray for openness to allow change within our hearts and our minds.
I now want to invite Dr. Abdel Fattah Abbasrour to talk a little bit about his own witness in his work in Palestine.
Thank you. May peace be upon you all. My name is Abdel Fattah Abbasrour. I was born in Aida refugee camp on the north of Bethlehem, south of Jerusalem. As a refugee, 66 years later, we are still in a refugee camp, surrounded by this illegal wall of expansion and annexation since 2002 as barbed and 2005 as blocks of cement that goes 30 feet high, with incursions until today. Until today, there is incursions by the Israeli army, there is tear gas, and there is people who are dying and suffocating from this tear gas or bullets. I founded an organization called Ar-Rawad to inspire hope and promote life in such times of despair, and believing that we are all important to human beings, and we are all change makers, and we are equal partners to shape a better future for our children and the generations to come. And instead of complaining that everything is bad and it's always the fault of someone else and waiting for miracles to happen, we need to work to make miracles happen and provoke them to happen. We share the same values. We talk about justice, freedom, peace, equality, love. And these are values that we share, whether we are Muslim or Christian or Jewish or Buddhist or Hindu or atheist or whatever we are. It's our responsibility to leave a better heritage for our children and the generations to come. And that's why our war is to save lives. And thank you.